That is Kiya Bruno singing the national anthem at today's Blue Jays game in both English and Cree. The 13-year-old from Alberta, Samson Cree Nation, was invited to perform her bilingual version of O Canada in celebration of National Indigenous Peoples Day. And we have the star of that performance right here in studio. Here is Kiya Bruno. Thank you for joining us today. First, I want to ask you, that was your first time, I think, watching the video play on TV. What was that like for you, watching yourself sing on such a monumental day?
It was really cool, and it's a really exciting experience that I got to sing in front of people. I haven't really done a whole bunch of interviews like this. For this event, these are like my first interviews that I've done.
So first tell me, before you sang the national anthem, how nervous were you? How did you prepare?
I was nervous, but I wasn't that nervous because previously I've sung at different community events in Alberta and at the Prospects baseball game in Edmonton and also at the Oil Kings game. Those were just a couple of hundred people, the tops, but to sing in front of 20,000 people is really big.
So how did you prepare yourself from going from crowds of, a few hundred to 20,000 people?
I guess kind of just taking it all in and just taking it all in.
Yeah, it must be hard to register. And I was talking to you about this before. You recognize the fact that it is a history-making moment in the fact that they have not had this at a Blue Jays game before, that they've had someone sing the national anthem, sing O Canada, in both Cree and English. So knowing that, what does that make you feel? What goes through your mind when you think about that?
It's a really amazing and wonderful experience to go through that and to be a part of a historical event, and for me to sing in my Indigenous language Cree. And to show and to represent Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples, a piece of my culture and what we speak.
So how important do you think that is in a broader sense of it all?
It's really important that Indigenous youth nowadays, just to learn their language and maybe to inspire them to maybe represent their arts and learn their language from elders and stuff.
And we were also talking about how this opportunity came about too. So tell me a little bit about how it was that you sort of applied for this position and when you found out that you were actually going to be singing the national anthem.
Well, it was an open casting call for Indigenous artists to come perform for this event for Indigenous Peoples Day. And I actually didn't think that I was going to be actually getting the part. And I was really happy and excited. I was on my way home from school when I found out that I was going to be performing at the Blue Jays.
And is this your first time to Toronto, first time playing or at a Blue Jays game?
Yes, it was my first time at a Blue Jays game, but I did come to Toronto a year prior just for a game show that I did with my mom called Just Like Mom and Dad.
And we know your mom and dad are here watching. They were there supporting you at the game itself. And I imagine the community is so supportive and excited too. What have you heard messages from back home, from family, from friends?
They're really happy for me and excited that I could showcase my language and other Indigenous people's language, I guess, that I'm going to be singing at the Blue Jays game.
So what's next for Kiya Bruno after this?
I'm not sure. I just go with the flow for a lot of things, audition and stuff, and model as well.